Because we're still in captivity, right? We're still under the so-called white man in slavery, right? I would also gather all nations and I would bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat, right? Which is the Persian Gulf, which is Saudi Arabia, right? And I would plead with them there for my people, for my heritage, Israel, right? Ja, die zijn de echte Israëlieten. De mensen die zijn in Israël, die zijn nep, die zijn niet de echte Joden. De Negro's die worden gebracht naar slavernij en scheep naar Amerika, die zijn de echte Joden, de echte Israëlieten. Oké? And I would also gather all nations, and I would bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat. And I would plead with them there for my people, for my heritage, Israel, who they have scattered among the nation and parted my land. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. And you know who did that? Who did that? That was the so-called Africans. When they were selling us, they were capturing us, and they were bringing us to the white man, right? And the so-called white man wanted a different deal, and the African was like, no, you can't have, you can't have this nigga. They're gonna cost you so much, and this girl is gonna cost you so much wine. You understand? So that was called transatlantic slave trade. It was a slave trade. They were trading the Israelites as stocks, right? They were trading us, right? And I will plead with them there for my people and my heritage, Israel, who they have scattered among the nation and parted my land. So what they did too also? They parted the lost land. They took Jerusalem and Palestine, the Muslims, the Ishmaelites, they parted the land, right? And they have cast lots for my people, right? And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. And then it's going to start to mention the names. Yeah, and what have you to do with me, O Tyre and Sidon, in all the coast of Palestine? Will you render me a recompense? And if you will recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head. Right? Right? And it says, because you have taken my silver and my gold, and carried into your temples my godly pleasant things, because they stole all our riches. Right? And it says, the children of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have you sold unto the Grecians, that they might remove them far from their border. Right? Because the so-called white man is a Grecian, because the Grecian, the so-called white man conquered all them areas, conquered Japhet, right? But Japhet was living in them area, and now the so-called white man is the so-called Grecians, the so-called Greeks, right? They took over that land too, right? That they might remove them far from their border. Right? So they took us from Jerusalem, which is Israel, and brought us to the Americas, far from our border. And it says, behold, I will raise them out of the place whether ye have sold them, and I will return your recompense upon your own head. right? Because the Lord is going to bring World War III. The Lord is going to raise us up from the place that we sold us, which is America and the Caribbean. Right? Those are the places that we were sold. And the Lord is going to return your recompense upon your own head. The Lord is going to destroy you through World War III, bringing you to the valley of Jehoshaphat. Right? So there's where you're going to plead with you nations. Right? The Lord ain't playing with you damn nations. Right? And it says, and I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hands of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabeans, to a people far off, which are the Cushites, the Ethiopians. We're going to sell them to them as well. Because basically we're going to have the white man working in all parts of the world, you know. They're going to be our main slave. You understand? They're going to be building everything, right? To a people far off. For the Lord has spoken it. And that still have to come to pass. But this is a future prophecy that still have to take place. Right? This has not been fulfilled. Otherwise we would have been in the kingdom. Right? That to show you that them so-called Jews are not the real Jews in the land of Israel. Because they don't have no slaves. Right? They ain't selling no slaves to the Ethiopians. Instead of they're selling, what they're doing is they're bringing in Ethiopians to the land of Israel. That's what they're doing. Right? Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Right? So I'm proclaiming this among you Gentiles. Y'all better prepare for war. Because World War III is coming. Russia and America is going to go to war, and this society is going to come to an end. All right?
Ja, maar dat betekent niet dat elke van
And it says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. And that's what's going on now. You see the tension between Russia and America. How they're bringing in the military, right? How Russia's bringing in flying bombers beside of Europe, intimidating, right? Because they took over Ukraine. You understand? Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men, right? Which are the mighty men? The men that were fighting in World War I and World War II. The same mighty men are back here again, right? And they're gonna go to war again. That's why you see them. They have like they have this group. That's why you see ISIS, ISIL, whatever the hell the name be, you know. They're actually fighting for money. They're not really fighting for anything, you know. They're fighting because they're getting paid, right? So those are the mighty men of war, right? And it says, assemble yourself and come all ye heathens, gather yourself together round about. So it says, the Lord said, assemble yourself all ye heathens. So as you can see, the Lord calling y'all heathens, because y'all are not God's chosen people. The Lord is going to raise up the children of Israel, which are the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, right? Out of the land where you have sold them, out of the land of their captivity, right? And then the Lord said, assemble yourself, come all ye heathens, and gather yourself together round about, right? Because the Lord is going to punish y'all. The Lord is going to make sure that y'all start World War III, right? It says, Pthe, quickly, cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. So it says, Pthe, quickly, because that's why I said, one war is past and the second is past, and behold, a third war cometh quickly, right? And the third coming quickly, and it says here, the Lord said, "Come Pthe," which means quickly. Cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord, which are the angels, because they're gonna have a part in this as well. The angels are gonna have a big part in this. If you don't believe me that the angels gonna have a big part on this, let's go to Daniel. Simple. In the book of Daniel, I think the last chapter, the book of Daniel, 12. Yeah, there you go. It says, "Cause thy mighty one to come down, O Lord." So let's see who are the mighty ones are them angels, right? But look how, if you don't believe me, them angels are going to come down. Listen what it says here in the book of Daniel 12:1. And it says, Daniel chapter 12 verse 1. "And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great," you know who's Michael? Michael is the archangel, one of the archangels. You got Uriel, Gabriel, Michael. Okay? Right? So it says, "And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book." Right? Everyone who's doing the work, the 144,000, those are the ones that are written in the book, and the 1/3. Right? Right? Because World War III is coming. Alright? This society is going to come to an end very soon. As soon as Russia and America goes to war, this society is finished. Alright? This is, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered. Right? Because Michael is going to be getting his hand dirty. Michael is going to be coming down and destroying these Edomites and these other nations. He's going to come down with a sword. He don't even need a sword, but he's going to come down with a sword. Right? Because remember, when King David has sinned, the Lord sent down an angel, right? And they were killing the Israelites. They killed about 70, I don't remember the number, you know. But they killed a lot of Israelites they were killing. And that was an angel, you know, and the Lord had to hold him back, otherwise he was going to kill all the Israelites. Right? Because of David, because David has sinned. Right? David said, "I'd rather fall into the hand of the Lord, for his mercy is great." And it says, "And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth." Because what does dust? Why are people sleeping in the dust? Because they're walking around in a confused state of mind, right? Because they ain't have nobody literally sleeping in the dust. It's talking about confusion. Everybody's confused. They don't know what's going on in the society. They're just going about shopping, right? But destruction is coming, right? And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. And that's talking about the Israelite, because some of them, we've been telling y'all all the time, stop doing this with Israelite, this is not